Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is issue 33 of Dungeons & Dragons Adventure. Let's get straight into this. Put that aside. Let's put that over there, and here we go. Sleep and resting variants. Right, let's get some shut-eye. Add some texture to resting with these optional and variant rules. Rests are essential to any adventuring party. Short rests to take a breather and get some strength back. Long rests to have substantial recuperation time. The latter, which must be at least 8 hours long, is described as involving light activity and sleep. But obviously there is a big difference between chilling out with a book and properly hitting the pillow. Or rather, backpack used as pillow. Yeah, been there, done that. Given that everybody needs some shut-eye, aside from elves, who can trance for 4 hours rather than sleeping, it's good to learn the specifics of sleep. So, the necessity of sleep. Right, sleeping in armour. Ooh. Okay. Sleeping in armour. So we haven't been doing any of this. It's a good idea to doff your armour before settling down for a kip. Hard clanking plate mail is hardly conducive to a good night's rest. Any character who finishes a long rest without first taking off their medium or heavy armour will only be able to regain a quarter of their spent hit dice. Those wearing a light armour, however, are unaffected, but if you never take off your leather armour for weeks, the DM would be justified in making your character wake up with a ripe odour. Waking up. Sleep can be disturbed, even sleep caused by the sleep spell, which is by a party, whether it's by a party in camp or by a slumbering monster. A creature instantly wakes if it takes any damage or if an action is taken to wake them by slapping them, for example. Magical sleep can't be disturbed by loud noise, but someone who dozed off unaided can be roused by sudden loud noise, such as yelling or somebody casting a booming thunder wave or knock spell. Cool. Resting variants, so epic heroism. So epic heroism, you can give your campaigns an epic superheroic tone by making a short rest last just 5 minutes and long rests only 1 hour. If you're running a superpowered campaign like this, you can make combats harder to balance out the brief rest times. However, spellcasters only recover half of their maximum spell slots for each level at the end of a long rest, and recovered spell slots can only be 5th level or lower. They need to finish an 8-hour rest, try calling this something like extended rest, to restore all spell slots, including those powerful slots of 6th level and higher. Here a short rest, gritty realism, here a short rest takes 8 hours while a long rest requires 7 days. This will make the characters more careful about rushing into battle and consider situations more pragmatically. Right, so we're getting some more character creation stuff. So Druid, Circle of the Moon, Part 1. And then Druid, Circle of the Moon, Part 2. Combat Wild Shape. And Over the Moon. Beastly Transformations, Giant Spider, Brown Bear or Tiger. Cool. Druid, Circle of Dreams. Balm of the Summer Court, an alliance with fairies. Druid, Circle of Spores. So they're the tripping on mushrooms ones, are they? So So, animated, chilled touch, and gaseous form. Circle of spores spells. Dragons! These ancient titans of immense power are so much more than flying, fire-breathing monsters. Excellent. So, there are some rules, I believe, with regards to dragons, which is basically chromatic dragons and metallic dragons. So generally, chromatic dragons tend to be arseholes, and metallic dragons generally tend to be okay. So metallic dragons behave in a manner like their god, the platinum dragon Behemoth. Valuing kindness, generosity, wisdom and protection, metallic dragons can appear as allies to be won over as challenges that present a test for adventurers to prove themselves. These dragons are also associated with elements based on their scales, but they have special secondary breath weapon. Gold for fire and strength sapping, silver for cold and paralysis, bronze for lightning and kinetic repulsion, copper for acid and lethargy, and brass for poison and sleep. Chromatic dragons. These dragons tend to be selfish, greedy, arrogant, malicious, much like their goddess Tiamat. So, assholes then. I got that right. These dragons seek treasure and dominance, thrive on violence, and have a desire to be worshipped. Chromatic dragons can appear both as an intellectual villain in adventures, a being for players to outwit, and a force of nature that will make a highly challenging foe in combat. These dragon scales associate them with an elemental type that they breathe and have resistance to red for fire, white for cold, blue for lightning, black for acid, and green for poison. Hags! Whether they're found on land or in the sea, these creatures often seem helpful and well-meaning, yet it's rarely a wise idea to make a bargain with a hag and their coven. Sea hags are weak but still a menace to coastal settlements that lack brave warriors. Green hags are iconic evil witches, green-skinned, wart-faced and gnarled. And night hags are not fae but fiends, transformed from another type of hag after being dragged into the soul-shearing despair of the grey wastes of Hades. So, Temple of Sekolah Part 3. The story so far. The characters have arrived at the Sahorgin city of Chrysallic and entered the Temple of Sekolah in search of the lost treasure of the Devil's Dew, a ship that sank in the Sea of Moonshae several decades ago. They have survived the deadly traps and fearsome guardians on the underwater temple's upper levels, and they have made their way to the dungeon's deepest level. And there it is. There's your map. I feel that this would be quite a fairly easy one to make out of XPS foam. Each one of these, they don't appear to be too big, so if you treat each square as an inch, we could be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 inches. So not even 3 feet wide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, say 23 inches. So yeah, it's not even 3 feet by 4 feet. 3 feet by 2 feet, which isn't a massive, that's like the current battle mat that we've got here is probably that. You know, it's not a massive board. I feel that could be made quite easily. Viewing chamber. The chute from area K15 on level 2 enters this natural cavern. Hatchery, prayer room, sleeping quarters, envoys chambers, sanctum of Sekolah, The Cloven Scepter, Rod, Legendary, requires attunement. Okay. Stat blocks, Sahorgin Hatchling Swarm, Battle Axe +1, and then a Merrow. Large Monstrosity Chaotic Evil. Ooh. Bag of Holding. Need one of those. Hammerhead Shark Skeleton. So, an undead skelly. Right, come down. Let's have a look at our dice, shall we? So, this is a dark green and black by the look of it. Oh, actually, I like the colouring on these. I would use these for my Dark Angels. That's really nice colouring. Let's have a look. An 8 on the D20. 4 on the D20. Come back D12. Ooh. Or a natural 1 on the D20. We don't like that. 11. Not rolling high. 15. 19. That's better. 13. 17. I might use this one. Let's have the D20 on its own. That's a 10. Be still. That was another 10. That was 12. Okay, so that was 2. That's 2 again. So, I mean, 15, 4, 17, 8. I mean, with a lot of these, with my bonus that I get with my weapon, you know, so sort of like 7s and the such, I am definitely hitting lower class characters. And sort of like 11, 12s, 13s, I'm definitely hitting higher class characters. So, armor class that is. So yeah, I like the colouring. I might not use these dice because I did get a few 1s in this. But yeah, there you go. That was Dungeons & Dragons Adventure issue 33. Hopefully you'll join me in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye bye.